I really am honored to be here. But I have to say that I almost never speak in public about issues of prejudice, largely because I don't have any patience with bigotry or with prejudice. And when I see references to me in the press that point out that I am gay and black and Republican, that I don't think of myself in those terms. I think of myself as just me. So when Sean asked me to speak at this celebration of 10 years of being open and affirming, I really had no idea what I should say. When I told my college roommate in my sophomore year, who happened to be from Springfield, New Jersey, and happens to have been the person who first introduced me to New Jersey, that I was gay, his reaction was, "Won't that limit you?" At the time, everybody thought I would be a politician. My major was political science, and I was on the college council, which was the student-faculty governing body. But I looked at him and said, that's kind of an odd response from someone who had a perfect score on the SATs, and then later went on to Harvard Med School. I was wondering, did he think I had a choice? So from college on to this day, people have identified me as a member of two minorities. And although I certainly have had to overcome many obstacles, I have done that by focusing on being the best person that I can be, by being me. You've probably read a little bit about me, but just let me go over a few things that might help you understand my perspective. I was born in Washington, D.C. while my father was attending Howard University. My father had spent his early years in Mississippi and was orphaned before he reached his teen years. He eventually went to live with an aunt in Waterloo, Iowa, where my mother was born. Her father was a prominent black doctor, and her mother was the first black teacher in the Waterloo school system. When my father had 1 year of medical school remaining, money was tight. There were 4 kids at that point. Brown versus Board was still fresh. The DC schools were segregated, and it was time for me to start school. My parents decided that Mom and the kids would move to Waterloo to live with my grandmother so I could start school. After my father's graduation, the family moved to Cedar Rapids, which is the second largest city in the state, a city of about 92,000. It had fewer than 2,000 blacks. I attended public schools there and was almost always the only black in my classes. I had many great teachers and lots of friends, but was always aware of being the only one. When my family moved to a new home that we built in one of the nicest neighborhoods in Cedar Rapids, the neighbors signed a petition complaining that our presence would cause property values to decline. I went to school with children of the signatories of that petition. And throughout my early life, although I was a student leader and a top student, incidents arose to remind me that I was not fully accepted by the world in which I was growing up. But throughout my early life, my parents made sure that each of their children got every possible opportunity to develop their own personality and be the best they could be. Today, my 11 siblings live all over the country and are lawyers, teachers, we have 1 doctor, musicians and artists, and business people. After college, I moved to Boston, where I met Mark, my partner of nearly 33 years. Actually, next month will be 33 years. Whoa. In Boston, we lived in a gay world and in a city that, although it wasn't San Francisco, was comfortable for gays and lesbians. In 1981, we left Boston so I could work for AT&T in Basking Ridge. Mark and I were nervous about living in the suburbs, but neither of us were big city people, and neither of us wanted to live in New York City, and the commute from New York City would have been miserable. So we thought, well, we'd been thinking about moving to the Boston suburbs. We were both from non-urban areas originally, so we thought, maybe we can find some friendly places to live in New Jersey. We chose Chatham Borough for many reasons, but high on the list was that it was a community with good schools. The existence of quality schools was important to us because we were not looking for good schools for our kids. We don't have any kids, but we believed that a community that values education would be more tolerant. Our neighbors welcomed us when we moved in, and as you can see, we are very much at home here. Chatham Borough is a place that has allowed us to be the best that we can be. So where am I going with all of this? Well, I believe that the best communities are those that allow each member of the community to be the best person they can be, to achieve their full potential, and to not be blocked by prejudice of any kind. Chatham Borough is fortunate to have an institution like Stanley that is open and affirming, because the institution is educating the community and teaching its members to be accepting and welcoming. By being open and affirming, you are encouraging people, all people, including people who are LGBT, to be themselves and allowing them to be the best that they can be. So I congratulate Stanley on its willingness to be ahead of the curve, and I am confident that you will continue to serve as a shining example of tolerance in our community and continue to educate others on the value of being open and affirming. Thank you very much.
Writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the test won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming. For the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are changing.
Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home? Whenever I am tempted, whenever clouds arise, when songs give place to sighing, when hope within me dies, I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about the good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray.
Well, I know what's right. I got just one life in a world that keeps on pushing me around. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way same. And once you believe that, you'll learn how to say, I love who I love, who I love. Then just go and love who you love.
5.5 years ago now, here was that we're an O&A church, but we haven't done a lot of O&A stuff. So tonight we seek to begin to reverse that trend, and Ron's going to tell you just a little bit about something that we're going to be in partnership with as Stanley Church. And also I'm proud to say that on Friday night, April 19th, the Gay Lesbian Alliance Club from the high school is going to hold their coffee house here. So we're going to support and host them, which I'm very proud of, and Ron's going to tell you a little bit about Rainbow Cafe.
Reverend David Bocock from the Creskill Church worked with members of his congregation to create a safe haven, a safe space for LGBT teens in northeastern Bergen County. He has been so successful that tonight they are holding a St. Patrick's Day dance, at which, as of yesterday, he posted on Facebook they had 90 attending and 36 maybes. So the outreach has been wonderful for them. There is a group that is trying to start that in Morris County as well. The pastor of the Mountain Lakes UCC Church, who is now my new boss, has been part of that effort to begin it in Morris County. The Church of the Redeemer in Morristown is part of the effort, and Rick Williams and I are making efforts to become part of that effort to include Stanley, because they're looking for alternate sites throughout the county in which to hold functions. So that if we can find a Wednesday night when we are available and can attend the meetings, we hope to be able to be in partnership with those other churches and with the Gay Activist Alliance of Morris County to be able to have Stanley Church be a resource to the Gay Activist Alliance, but also for the teens, that they know this is a safe place they can come. That is why Lucy has reached out to the GSA at the local schools and letting them know about Rainbow Cafe starting up, but also that Stanley is willing to be a host site for them. So we hope in the coming months and years to be able to develop that as part of Stanley's outreach effort, to be able to help the teens who need the support as they begin to understand who they are and are the most vulnerable, that they have a place they can come, people they can speak to and know they're safe. So that is one of Stanley's upcoming efforts. And quite frankly, I hope I'm around to be part of that effort.
So do we.